The day started out with a slow but certain waking up. I remember when I got up and out of my room, I greeted my mom. She said that uh, we should make some breakfast and asked me if I could make some pancakes. So I got an old pancake recipe and got to work. As I was making the pancakes, she made these delicious hash browns. They were very delicious. They were from frozen, but she fried them on the pan in ghee. And yeah, they were very perfectly crisp and extremely buttery. After heating that up, I put the finished um, pancake mixture into a container that made it easy to pour the pancake batter. And then she made some eggs, over easy eggs. So we had over easy eggs, buttery hash browns, and pancakes. And it was very, very good. I really liked it a lot. After we were done eating, my mom asked for help with the backyard. She wanted me to remove some things from the fence and put them away because very soon the fence is going to be worked on. So, yes, the fence, we went outside, we removed some screws and things. Then I swept the floors till they were clear. I brought some water out for me and my mom. And then I told her and my sister that I would be back. I decided to go for a walk around the neighborhood for about an hour. The first hour, I was listening to a video of a guy talking about how people are too obsessed with social status and trying to make a lot of money and how they're forgetting to simply just enjoy life. I thought that was a pretty good reminder that it's easy to obsess over like things like that because you're like, ooh, if I don't have a lot of money or if I don't have a bunch of cool skills that I can monetize, then what am I? But I think people get caught up with the glitz and the glamour and the too much, like the ego and trying to be bigger than what they are, when in reality all you need to be is just content with the life you're given and enjoy what is available to you. And that's ultimately, the most important thing. Don't get swept up with all of the overhype because that's just ridiculous. Well, anyways, after listening to that little video, I decided to talk with the chatbot Ash about how I can improve my time management. And we came across some pretty interesting talking points. It was pretty cool. When I was done with that, I returned home. I felt bad that I hadn't worked on my Brain Jam video in a while. So but before I did that, I had some nachos that were brought by our family friend with her, my mom, and my sister. And I got some prebiotic Pepsi for me. Yeah, and my mom already had one. It was pretty good. I liked it. Surprisingly sweet for having very little sugar in it. But anywho, yeah, after we were done eating that meal and enjoying each other's company, we all split. I decided to go in my room and work on Brain Jam a little bit. As I was working on it, I decided to direct some of my energy to listening to a Digital Foundry video as I was drawing. And it was a Digital Foundry video that was basically talking about being 1 year into the Switch 2's launch and the ups and downs of the device. Their highlights were a lot of the free updates and some of the better improvements on original Switch hardware being made for Switch 2. They also stated that the image treatment of the technology like DLSS on Switch 2 games is a huge step up from even the Xbox Series S offerings, giving some pretty compelling and very nice results. And then they talked about how there were some gimmicks or things that were put into the Switch 2 that were trying to add some value to the device. Nintendo does this all the time when they release a new platform. Like the Wii U was the gamepad. With the Switch, it was you could take it with you anywhere. And now with the Switch 2, you could take it with you anywhere, but now you have a mouse that you can take with you. It's something, I guess. And you also have game chat, a feature you have to pay for. That's put on the controller, by the way, so it's pretty much a pay us now button. But basically, you click it, and if you're subscribed to Nintendo Online, then you can chat with friends directly on the device. And apparently, they put in advanced, microphone noise canceling technology that makes it so you could talk to anyone and not have to worry about hearing clickety clacks or people talking in the room or anything like that. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. But overall, again, things that are, on the surface neat, but yeah, at the end of the day, people just want a device that plays, their favorite games portably and better. And that's basically what it provides. And yeah, but they basically complained how the screen was an LCD and a very low quality LCD at that, with very bad persistence blur, and how even John Lennerman, one of the hosts, stated he doesn't think he's worried there might not be an OLED version of the Switch 2. I'm shocked he would say that. I mean, I think Nintendo would make it happen regardless, because even though there's a lot of supply chain issues going on right now, I think that it would be overall a good thing to have that option. I know that when I saw the Switch 1's OLED screen, I kind of pinched myself for not waiting later for that OLED model to dip into the Switch ecosystem. And so I missed out on a really high quality screen, and I had this LCD display, which gets the job done, but it's kind of disappointing. So the fact that there's potential for them to make a new Switch 2 with an OLED screen that has proper HDR and VRR capabilities with 120 hertz support definitely sounds like the overall much better deal. So I'm going to just wait for that. I hope that they release it, because the OLED version would get me interested in a Switch 2. And the cool thing is, if they eventually do release it, which probably would be 2 or 3 years from the original launch, by then the ecosystem would probably be very robust and well established, and there'd be plenty of excellent titles available on it that would make it a compelling offer. Plus, the whole backwards compatibility angle is really cool, because you can take literally any game you owned on the original Switch 1, play on the Switch 2, and it has better performance. And then on top of that, you can do the television to handheld mode, where you can essentially have the docked experience, but on the portable version of the Switch 2, which means a lot of games that ran in television mode can now run on the portable screen of the Switch 2, which definitely gives your backlog library of Switch 1 titles much more utility, and just makes it an overall sweeter deal for anyone who owned a Switch 1 and is interested in upgrading to a Switch 2. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, I think I've gone long enough of that. As I was listening to that, I was doing some storyboard punching up. I was going through the storyboards of my Brain Jam video that I haven't worked on in 3 months, I think, which is a shame. And I was trying to make the drawings look much better, much punchier, just overall nicer. And that felt very good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, after that, I remember I went out to help my mom and sister find a saw for a saw device that they needed to cut some trees down. So I did that. I went back in, continued working on my project. Then my mom came into the room, showed me this praying mantis that my sister found. My sister decided to put the praying mantis in a container and said she was going to make it more of a homey place for him. I decided to spend like 30 minutes filming the praying mantis because I find them very fascinating. They're like the most humanoid and cutest bug out of all of the bugs. Probably because of their big old eyes and their like, rotatable head, and they're like, they got a torso with like two little praying arms. It's they're really cool. I really like them. Um, so yeah, after looking at that for a while, I decided to go outside to see what's going on with my mom and sister. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this. After I filmed that, I decided to do a funny thing with my with the Google Nano Banana by taking a picture of my bedroom, and then asking praying mantis, human-sized praying mantis, to be put in there, and it did, and it was pretty funny and cute too. So, anyways, yeah, I went outside. I checked in on my sister and my mom. They were talking about working on the fence for a while, and my mom asked for help with talking with Gemini about the fence. We took some pictures. We were getting some insight, and yeah. Then after that, our family friends said they wanted to make some the chicken breasts for dinner, and I said I would help. So I came in and I helped by she marinated the chickens for an hour. We continued discussing the fence for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then afterwards, I put the chicken on the stovetop, cooked it up. Not the stove, sorry. We did the grill outside. I cooked it until we ran out of gas for the for the grill. So we had to finish the chicken on the inside on the pan. Warmed that up for like 20 minutes. And then our family friend put some barbecue sauce on, and it made it really good. My sister made some potato balls that were heated in the air fryer, and that was delicious. There were some purple potatoes, and I didn't like. I was shocked. I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" I like asked Gemini about it, and Gemini said it's completely normal. It just means that the potato actually has antioxidants, and it's the same color that colors blueberries. I was like, "Oh, that's good to know." And I ate it, and it was a really good potato, really good mini potato balls. And our family friend also made some sauteed vegetables. So we had sauteed vegetables. We had grilled chicken with barbecue sauce. It was very juicy. It was very tender. It was very melt in your mouth. It was very good. Um, and we had some potato balls. So yeah, very awesome, very tasty. Then we retreated to our own stuff. I needed to use the restroom. When I was done, I was offered to watch the show Fallout with my sister, my mom, and our family friends. So we went out and we watched that. It was a pretty good show. Um, it was about like like there was a guy stuck in with a bunch of you know people in a vault, and he decided to pretend to be their leader and say, "Hey, we got to find out how to get out of here." So they get out of there, and they discover like, "Ooh, this place is a wasteland. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a rebuilt civilization." Um, so that was interesting. The other one plot thread was the lady main character who was walking with another lady she saved in the previous episode, and the lady takes her to this like tribalistic area where she's ambushed, and it's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm freaked out. Ah! And then, like the biggest plot thread in the episode. Oh, by the way, we actually watched. We broke the episode into half, so this is half of like the episode. This isn't the whole episode. Just to let you know. So, yeah, and the other part was like the Brotherhood of Steel went to Area 51. They messed around, made it their meeting spot. They had like the different creeds from different areas around the wasteland talking about like what com- unites them together, and they've got some animosity, and like you know they're don't like each other, but they like fusion energy. And yeah, that was pretty much that plot thread, and yeah, it was like an epic battle, epic fight that reminded me of the end of Dune Part 1 with Paul Atreides and Jamis fighting each other. But in this case, it was like the Maximus and this like big, like muscular dude fighting each other. It's pretty intense. And yeah, that was pretty much the episode from what I can recall. Pretty engaging, pretty good. We had some Rocky Road ice cream, some chocolate to go with the show. It was pretty tasty. Her family and friend went to bed. My mom stayed around. My sister stayed around. We decided to watch some Y-Files. We were only planning on watching a little bit of it, but we watched the whole episode. And it was basically about like people believing they fell into parallel universes. That was the theme of the campfire stories. Really fun episode, but the last one my mom described as like it was like a fart. It came and went, which I thought was funny. Yeah, and then we prayed for where we were going to go for the fence and how we were going to work that out. My mom went to sleep. I took my vitamins, my magnesium. I brushed my teeth. I hung out with my sister as she was telling me about the mantis and how she made it a little terrarium for him with like dirt and like a little leaf branch and like moths in there for the praying mantis to eat. It's pretty cool. It's a itty bitty praying mantis. It's like this big. Yeah, and I said I was gonna record my video and have a good night, and here it is. So that's gonna do it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.